All right, we'll get started. Welcome, everyone. My name is Joshua Hagmark. I'm a principal engineer at the City of Santa Barbara and overseeing this project. Introduce the team really fast. We have Bruce McDonald, our Public Works Inspector. He will be the guy on site throughout the project. And if you need to go walk outside your house and walk to the project, he will be that guy to answer any questions. He'll be coordinating the shutoffs, water shutoffs, which should be infrequent, but they will happen, and he'll be notifying you. We have Eric Maple, who's the construction manager. He's the guy there's a hotline number. When you call that, you'll be getting Eric Maple. We have the design engineer, Carson Wallert, and he'll be involved in the project, of course. And then we have the water systems manager, Kathy Taylor. We wanted to sit down and share with you some information about the project so you felt a little more comfortable about what we were doing. Typically on a water main job, we don't have a presentation like this because we're only at a place for 2 weeks doing a city block or something. But in this case, we're going to be up there for approximately 5 months working on this as it migrates along the 2.5 miles, roughly 2.5 miles of roadway. So this is part of the fiscal year 2012 water main job. And the whole point of this project, it serves a couple things. It's going to improve water quality in the sense of water flowing around the system. We're going to be putting in a brand new main. It's going to have just a lot more capacity for water. And in particular, I think most important to you guys is there'll be more water available during a fire event. And I think that's a benefit for you here today. It also improves water quality, and as I mentioned, and we'll continue to have, I don't think you guys have had a lot of main breaks up there, but this will ensure we don't have any main breaks up there because it can be pretty devastating to have a main break up in the hillside because it can cause some erosions and stuff like that. The price tag on this is about $3 million, and we're estimated starting in August, and we should be done in early 2000. We actually have today, we have the contractor here. They took the time to come up, Specialty Construction, and so they were interested in what your comments were, and they want to be attentive to making sure this project is a success in your minds as well. So thank you very much for coming up, you guys. So just to go over the scope of the project, it basically starts at Sheffield Reservoir, or formerly known as Sheffield Reservoir, and we're going to be working towards Mission Canyon. Part of this project, most of it is in the city, but it does cross into the county, and we do service county water. As I mentioned, the schedule, we start here in August. I think August 13th is our current start date. And the typical workday is 7 to 5. Usually the contractor wraps up a little early. And we do have some restrictions in the contract to the loud jackhammers and things like that. It's to start at 8 o'clock. Let's try to be and there will be intermittent shutoffs. However, you will get notified usually 3 days in advance that they're going to be working in your area, a day in advance that they're going to actually do the shutdown, and they'll have the water on by that same day. So it won't be overnight or anything like that. As far as the traffic, okay, so this is we've been working with the county sheriffs, the city police department, the city fire, and county fire on this to make sure we're well coordinated with this project. We want to make sure that everyone knows what they're doing. And particularly, we're sensitive to red flag alerts. On a red flag alert, the contractor is not going to be allowed to work. So those days, he's going to be plating the trench, and he'll be breakout. It'd be easy for you. We'll also have steel plates on site at all times in case anything else were to occur. We have our bases covered. We know we can get people in and out safely. Every night he will be plating the trench. So the road will be reopened at night so you'll have access. It'll be just during the day. Let's see what else. For local traffic, because the construction site is expected to be a couple 100 feet long as it moves along. And if your house or driveway or turnoff happens to be in that area, there will be some delays. The contractor is committed to trying to get you into your house as soon as possible, but leave yourself a little extra time if you need to get somewhere on a certain time. And then, of course, emergency vehicles always be given priority if they need to get in. We went through and came up with some frequently asked questions that we thought you may come up with. It's also on the handout. Why is the city doing this project? We kind of went over that. Will my water be turned off? Yes, but we will have it back on that same day. Emergency vehicles will always have access. I think one of the key people here is going to be Bruce as far as your driveway access and stuff like that. If you flagged him down, he's going to make sure you get in and get out as soon as possible. And will there be noise? Absolutely. But we will try to limit it to 8 to 5, some reasonable hours. No. We have, yes. That's a great question. It will be closed in both directions. Because the street winds and it is the main that we're replacing is fairly significant and the equipment is significant, we felt it was safer just to close the road during, through traffic during construction. Yes, it will be in the roadway. We have created to try and keep that communication going. There's a website where we actually put any project that's going on, any major project. So I have there's a link to it. Basically, you can visit it. You can click on it, and there will be more information. It'll be updated pretty regularly about what's going on, who the contact information in case you lose any of your flyers or anything like that. We did set up a hotline number, which if you ever want to get a hold of Eric, he'll be carrying that cell phone. During off times, after hours, weekends, there's another number that you call, and that goes to our dispatch, which will track somebody down to be responding. After today, we're going to go ahead and put this video online, so if you have friends that were curious what happened, just let them know. They'll be able to watch this video as well, get anything off of it. Here's the project hotline, and then this particular little drawing that's here to the right, that is the little flyer that you'd find online. It's like a PDF that you can find out more information, but it'll have all the key information. If you want the quickest response, you want to call this guy right here.
Which is that? On the weekend, you're going to call the Control 14 phone number, which is, where is this on here? There we go, right there. The 963-4286. And there's emergency services crews on standby at the city for after hours and on weekends.
Are there any other questions? Okay. The question was, what kind of pipe are we replacing, and does it run down the center of the road? It actually is it's called ductile iron. So it is a metallic pipe, and inside it's lined with cement to kind of keep it from corroding, basically, inside. And the road, as you know, kind of curves quite a bit, and so the main doesn't exactly follow right down the middle of the road. It's usually offset to one side, and I know there's a significant gas main up in that area that we want to stay very clear of, and so it doesn't follow one alignment the whole way. Here, the question is, will it improve water pressure? And the answer is no. We aren't changing the elevation of your houses. We aren't changing the pressure. Just more water will be available after this project. Yeah, the question was how would the fire personnel get there quickly if we got the road kind of shut down or pinched down with the work? We've coordinated with county fire and city fire, and we're actually going to be communicating with them very frequently as to where the closure is and what fire hydrants may be temporarily out of service. And so they'll be in communication with one another. So as you know, city fire is basically on one end of this project and county fire is on the other. So they both have the ability to respond quickly, and they will both be basically alerted to any fire up in that area so they can approach it. We also have the contractor whose equipment, the way this main kind of swerves around, for the most part, they can move out of the way fairly quickly to get a fire truck by. Yes? It's currently an 8-inch, and we're replacing it with a 12-inch. It's a cast iron. This is the original. Mm-hmm. I can refer to the fire department.
I'm Pat McElroy. I'm the Operations Division Chief of the Fire Department. And I can tell you that especially during the Hezazita fire, we did not have a problem with water delivery. And one of the reasons that that occurred is the Water Resources Department has made huge improvements starting back from the Sycamore Canyon fire and even since the T fire, where we did experience some problems at the very top of the Riviera. And they were actually able to divert water from a remote location. And so they start using different reservoirs, different pump stations, and so we did not have a problem in that case with that water. And frankly, we don't anticipate it with this problem or with this construction project either. It's just for the to give a little background. We deal with stuff like this. I know it's critical to you right now because it's in your neighborhood, and so we understand the importance of what's going on in your neighborhood. But whether it's the 101 being worked on for 6 years, stuff around the harbor, we're adjusting constantly with our neighboring agencies to adjust our response. And in addition to the county fire, who is mentioned here, Montecito Fire Protection District is going to be involved in this, and also the U.S. Forest Service, who has a station up at an engine based up at our Station 7 on Stanwood and Mission Ridge. So we're all talking to each other about the best way of adjusting our response, and it's not an unusual problem for us whenever there's a major construction project to divert the way that we respond and adjust to it.
Questions? Yes. That's right. Now, one of the criteria of the project is as they are moving along, they're supposed to be cleaning up behind them, paving the road so that it's easily accessed. It's not going to be gravel or loose gravel roads, so they're going to be cleaning that up as they go. So yes, if you're on the beginning part of the project, after about a month, you shouldn't see them anymore, right? They should be down the road further. That's correct. We stopped just shy of getting into Mission Canyon Road, so that's not the plan. That as nice as that sounds there. Now, what I understand, because we're going through there, we're going to repave this trench, and it's going to look nice when we get done, but it won't be all the same color. And one of the things that's coming around next year is it happens to be on the streets paving cycle, and so it's supposed to get something next year, which I don't know if it's a slurry, I don't know exactly what, but it's supposed to get some treatment next year. Have questions for our contractor? I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, I'll be around. We'll all be around if you have any questions, but thank you all for coming out tonight.